Hello and welcome to Mohawk Varsity Volleyball. I'm Cody Lake along with Wes Linwood, and we're just about set for your Mohawk Mountaineers to take on the Boreal Vipers.
It's going to be a very exciting game ahead of us. Mohawk has three top 50 players in the OCAA. We've got Jessica Heidbert, we've got Danielle Camps, and we've got
Yeah, that's exciting too, I think, because especially Jessica Heibert just moved into the top 10 in the OCAA is standing, so that's going to be great. Mohawk is coming into this one, taking a tough loss to Fanshawe last time out. They're going to be looking to rebound against Boreal as they had a little bit better luck against them the last time they played.
And the serve. Oh, what a dig by Boreal there. Oh, what a spike for Boreal. And that is the first point of the game, goes to Boreal. That was by Caroline Pellerin. And Boreal has the serve. And Mohawk with the set. And Mohawk with just blasted just right past the Boreal. And now Mohawk gets the ball, and they go to serve.
Amanda Culper taking the serve here.
Ooh, what a blast directly at number 5, Caroline Pellerin again, and it just bounces right off her arms, and that's an easy point for Mohawk.
Yeah, Boreal hasn't had great luck so far this year, coming into the game with an 11-game losing streak, currently sitting last in, all of the OCAA so far this season.
So this is a desperate need-to-win game for Boreal here.
Oh, if they have any hope or chance of making the playoffs this season, they're going to have to start here today.
Served by Amanda Kuiper on Mohawk. The spike, the set. And they keep the rally going. Dig by Kinsley Child to Mohawk. And that is a point for Boreal as Mohawk spikes it out of bounds. That was Danielle Camps. Boreal has the ball. Number 5, Caroline Pellerin serves the ball. Mohawk stumbles but keeps the ball alive. Big block by Mohawk. And they step out of bounds, trying to keep the ball in.
And taking a look at that block right there, that's going to be a key to Mohawk, I think, tonight. For not only girls, for the boys as well, but especially for the girls. They have such strong team blocks. We saw that last time out against Fanshawe.
Yeah, they have some strong team blocks. They have very strong attack, too. They're a very good overall, well-rounded team. A little bit of an error there by Danielle Camps for Mohawk. And now Boreal has the ball. Jasmine Gagnon has with the serve. And she hits the net. That is a point for Mohawk.
They're going to have to watch those errors, especially on the serve. You can't just be giving away points like that. Not early, not in the beginning sets when these points really matter for the whole tempo of the game.
There was a substitution. Jessica Heidbert, Mohawk star player, came on in return for Kinsley Child. And an absolute blast from number 16, Kelsey Kovar, that Boreal was just not able to handle. And now Mohawk with the serve.
You know we're going to hear Kelsey Kovar today. You already know that name's going to be coming out.
That is a point for Boreal. And now Kinsley Child comes back onto the court. So, and a blast by Mohawk. That was number 16, Kelsey Kovar, with that spike. And Boreal just not able to handle Mohawk's offense so far.
No.
It is 7-4.
Give Kelsey Kovar another point, 2 in a row there, as she's she's looking great. She's really living up to that number 36 ranking that she just received coming into the new year.
Lindsay Vanderweide with the serve there. Ooh, and a fake spike, but a lift by number 10 on Boreal. That would be Marissa Descharme.
She would have had to have a powerful spike there, even just to get it through that block, because she was facing tough right there.
Lindsay Vanderweide with the serve again. Ooh, a one-handed jab over the net.
Pretty little tip there.
Keep it alive. Kinsey Child with the set, the second set, and the blast, but they block it, and that is a point for Boreal.
Kovar went for the dive there, but she just couldn't get it with that last stretch.
That was Miriam Bouchard with Fanshaw's first real good block of the game, but it is still 9-4 for Mohawk. And Lindsay Vanderweide with the serve again. Big block by Mohawk. Two girls go up for Mohawk, and only one goes up for Boreal. And that was the big block. Point for Mohawk, 10-4 now. Lindsay Vanderweide goes in for the serve.
Oh, and a little bit of miscommunication there, as Boreal didn't really know who was going for that. A little bit too many. You got it, and not enough. I got it.
They got caught ball watching instead of just somebody going for it. But one of the teams is called timeout now.
I'd be guessing that would be Boreal.
Looks like it. They definitely will want to try to spark the team to get themselves back in here.
Well, look at Mohawk taking a little break here. They've had a nice little start. They haven't had to work too hard. I don't think. They had nothing too stressful so far.
No, Mohawks had a very easy. They've really got to play their style of game. They've really got to control how Boreal plays. They've been just absolutely blasting everything directly at them, and they just can't handle it.
They continue on with this. They grab the first set, and they'll be on their way to having a nice little day here, which they need. They need it desperately as they sit fifth in the division, eighth overall in the OCAA. But they want to make sure that they can get to a spot where they have the playoffs locked down, where they can get to the playoffs.
Oh, of course. You always want to secure that playoff spot, and they're not, and they're very close. But they definitely need this win.
Especially against a team like Boreal. Every team at this level is good, but you don't want to lose to those guys that are way below you.
If you're looking statistics-wise, this should be a game that Mohawk should win.
Yes. It's a crazy thing with sports. Anything can happen, though.
And now Lindsay Vanderweide with the serve for Mohawk.
Oh,
ooh.
Strong block.
Marissa Descharme goes up just for the little tip, but it gets blocked by number 16 on Mohawk, Kelsey Kovar. Now Lindsay Vanderweide with the serve again. And it is over the head of the entire Boreal team. That is a point for Boreal, as they are still down 12-5. And now Marissa Descharme has the serve for Boreal. Set, and an absolute cannon by Mohawk that goes off the fingertips of a Boreal player. That was Kelsey Kovar.
And the rookie continues to look really good here tonight. She looked good in the last game, and now she's really showing why she's number 36 in the OCAA top 50 players.
She's really climbing her way up.
In her first season as well. That's spectacular.
Almost a rookie sensation. And the set by Mohawk. And the absolute blast, but it was in bounds. What an absolute snipe that was, just into the very corner of the court by number 15 on Mohawk, Amanda Kuiper.
Aiming for the lines and hitting them.
Kelsey Kovar with the serve for Mohawk. And that goes off number 18 on the Boreal team there, Savannah Legui. And she could not handle it. As another point for Mohawk, as they are up 15-5 here.
Yeah, a definite advantage so far. Oh, good
and the
dig
dive.
there.
Diving dig. And she bumps it over the net. And the dig, the set. And they pound it, but Mohawk is there to block it. Oh, and after a back and forth battle, Mohawk gets the point there as number 18, Savannah Legui, cannot handle that again. Kelsey Kovar with the serve for Mohawk. That is another point for Mohawk as they're just dropping balls left, right, and center in the Boreal court today.
Yeah, and here we go. Kelsey Kovar going up for her third serve in a row.
If she gets this, it'll be a third consecutive ace. And Boreal with the dig. Oh, and a nice little flick of the wrist to tip the ball over the net for Boreal as they're trying to find something to get themselves back into this game as they are down 11 points. Now number 2 on Boreal has a serve, Miriam Bouchard. An absolute blast, but Boreal is able to handle it and they keep it going.
Heidberg calls for that one, and she smashes
Absolute blast by Jessica Heidberg, showing again why she is Mohawk's top-rated player in the league.
Yeah, sitting pretty there, 9th in the OCAA standings. She's
She's
got to be
playing like
happy.
that, she's going to be going up the list a lot higher.
Yeah, you won't be able to stop her.
Now Jessica Heidberg has the serve.
Her offense has been spectacular. Let's see if the serve is just as good. Not quite.
That was out, so that is a point for Boreal.
And with that, Heidberg comes off. They'll have her play in the front court mostly.
Boreal with the serve. Kinsey Child with the diving dig to keep the ball alive. And a blast that Boreal could not handle as Jasmine Gagnon could not handle the blast.
Yeah, she got a good chunk of it, but she couldn't keep her hands steady, and it just hit right off her
Lindsay
right into the net.
Vanderweide just put too much on it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But Amanda Kuiper is now serving. Boreal with the dig, and they're keeping the ball alive. The set and the keeping it alive. Mohawk with the set and just a nice little tip over the net by Lindsay Vanderweide from Mohawk. They are up now 20-7, and Boreal calls their second timeout.
They gotta do something.
They gotta get something going here. 20-7, they're down 13 points. They have to get. Their coach has to find something, some way to spark their team.
I don't have an idea of even what he could possibly be saying, because as far as I've seen, this isn't even like they're doing anything wrong. This is just like a complete
Mohawk's just completely dominating them in
Yeah.
every way, shape, or form. When Mohawk's just putting balls to the floor, and there just isn't much that Boreal is able to do about it.
And Boreal's putting balls over, and they haven't had much issue. Mohawk hasn't had much issue digging those and getting them back over the net.
No, Boreal has. That's the thing. Boreal is putting the ball over the net with no problem, but they're just having problems getting the ball to touch the ground. Amanda Kuiper with the serve.
And we're back here as we're just about ready to get underway.
Amanda Kuiper with the serve. Boreal scrambles to keep the ball alive, but they manage to do so as the set. A nice little tip by Mohawk, but Boreal keeps it alive again. Almost a double hit there, but they managed to keep it alive. Mohawk with the set and the blast, but that is out of bounds. Oh no, that is inbounds. Wow, what an on-the-line snipe by Amanda Kuiper for Mohawk. As Boreal looked like they almost were able to spark a little something, but Mohawk just absolutely destroyed that hope. Amanda Kuiper with the serve. Boreal sends the ball over the net.
Okay, and Boreal excited
that was a double
over that
hit
point.
for Mohawk, is what they called it. And that is a point for Boreal they desperately need. As number 5, Caroline Pallerin for Boreal now goes with the serve. The dig by Mohawk to keep the set and the blast. And they are able to handle it and keep the ball alive this time. Oh, and an absolute flopped spike by number 18, Meredith. Nope. Number 18, Savannah Legui, was just not able to put any power behind that spike. And Mohawk is now up 22-8. Danielle Camps now with the serve. Boreal scrambling to keep the ball after a Mohawk onslaught of spikes. And that is a point for Mohawk as they touched the net. Mohawk continuing to dominate here. Danielle Camps with the serve again. And it hits the net. Unfortunate. Point for Boreal. Boreal now gets the ball. Boreal is really going to be looking to try to spark something here. To not just let the set slip away like it is.
Well, they might not have a chance at winning this one, but they got to put up a fight here. They got to get back and make sure that they can bring something into the next set.
And Jasmine Gagna puts the serve directly into the net. And now Mohawk has the ball with only 1 point to get before they take the set.
Yeah, set point here for Mohawk, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a difficult one at that.
Cassandra Filka has the serve. Boreal sends the, and Boreal just cannot aim their shots today as Mohawk takes the set 25-9. And I honestly have to say, about half those points were just errors on that part of Boreal.
Oh, that was a perfect example of sending the ball over the net and letting your opponents do the work for you.
It's 100% correct because Mohawk could just controlled the whole game, and they just let their opponents make their own mistakes for them. They didn't have to do it. They just kept sending the ball over net, and Boreal made all the mistakes for them.
Well, yeah, they had some nice spikes and some nice blocks in there, but
there were some nice moments. There were some glimmers of hope, but they really will have to dial in and play a much tighter defensive game if they hope to be able to beat Mohawk, because there's just been too many errors that that Boreal has not been able to handle.
I really think that someone needs to come in here and we're gonna take a look at some replays now, as you're just gonna see what we're talking about, these errors. Like, well, that one right there, you can't hate on that. That was right on the line, but.
And Mohawk just with a diving error there, wasn't able to keep it alive. And Mohawk just with some clean, crisp snipes directly on the line. And there you see another blocking error by Boreal.
There were a couple plays there where they were just straight up sharpshooters right on the line. You can't really do a whole lot about it.
There was some where I even myself thought they were out of bounds, but they were just so barely on the line.
Well, Mohawk, I think the only thing Mohawk's going to have to worry about here going into this next set is to not get too confident with yourself. You can
never get overconfident, because that can definitely lead to disaster in your game plan. Because if you get overconfident, then you'll start playing a more laxative style of play, and that's easy for the other team to come up and just steal a game from you.
Well, 100%. You need to watch out for that, because teams get out there and they start thinking, oh, well, we're just going to...
Oh, this is in the bag.
Yeah.
But...
And it's never in the bag. Any player in this college level, they're here because they can play volleyball.
It's never over until the game itself is over.
Boreal going to be looking for a little bit more here in this set. Mohawk, a little more of the same.
Mohawk will just continue to dominate, and Boreal's really going to be looking to spark a comeback here. They're going to really want to just forget completely about the first set that just happened and pretend like it's a whole new game for now.
If you can do that, and it's possible, you just got to go out there and remember that the score is now 0-0 again.
It's a brand new game for them. Teams doing their final huddles before the second set's just about to begin.
Kinsley Child, I don't think she's left the court once.
Maybe once.
She will be now, actually, now that I say that.
Way to jinx it.
I know. How could I do that? She was out there for the team huddle and then goes right off.
Team set up.
I'm sure she won't be too long before she gets back on.
So just waiting to see who gets to start off this set with the first serve.
See, and there she comes right back on. She
High
didn't miss
fives all
anything.
around. And Mohawk gets to start the game with Amanda Kuiper with the first serve of the second set. And, oh, Boreal keeps alive with the set. And they go center over net, and they get a hold of it, but get a little too much as Mohawk takes the first point in the second set. And Boreal starting the second set off in the way that they really didn't want, with another error. Amanda Kuiper with the serve again. Mohawk with the set, and the spike. Oh, big block by Boreal as they keep the ball alive. That's definitely what you'll need to see for them to be able to live through this game. Point for Boreal as that was a lift against Mohawk. Serve by Boreal. Kinsey Child with the dig, the set. And an absolute blast by Danielle Camps. Boreal was just not even able to handle it. Marissa Duchamp just got absolutely blown back by that spike.
Oh no, Camp's unrealistic power there.
Kelsey Kovar with the serve. And just a bobble there by Caroline Pellegrin. And now Mohawk.
That's exactly
Kelsey Kovar with the serve.
That's exactly what we told them, or what we were talking, what they shouldn't be doing.
No, they're just more and more mistakes, and they're not really learning off them.
It's gonna be a freebie.
Nice easy one over the net for Mohawk to get a set and a blast. Oh, and Lindsay Vanderweide just puts it right past the hands of two Boreal players.
That was a beautiful back set right there, which just finished off with the nice spike, rolled right off the block, and an easy point.
Kelsey Kovar with the serve again. Hits the net, but it still goes over. And it is an absolute blast by Danielle Camps again. She has a cannon on her arm today, as she has just been putting them clean through the Boreal team.
She's been sensational. I have to say that her offense has been crazy.
And they send the ball over, nice and easy. Mohawk sets, ready for an attack. And they blast it in an easy point right into the middle of the court. It is now 6-1 for Mohawk as they continue their dominant play over Boreal. And the set,
Ooh, that was
a botch set and a botch spike.
That
Point
was
for
ugly.
Mohawk.
That was just plain ugly.
Just some miscommunication here between the Boreal team. Now Kelsey Kovar with the serve again. Oh, what a dig by the Boreal squad, trying to keep themselves alive here. But they put too much power and they send it out. There are some quick glimmer of hopes.
And
And the Boreal coach calls a timeout as they look to regroup and is just having a rough go of things, Boreal is today. Not having any luck. They're not playing very well to give themselves any good luck, and it's just
oh, there's Mo getting at it.
Mo the Hawk trying to pump up the crowd.
Not much needed to be done here, though, to pump up this crowd, as Mohawk girls have been dismantling Boreal so far tonight.
Absolute destruction.
I keep saying tonight, Wes, but it's actually, we're lucky. We got a nice Saturday afternoon game.
Saturday afternoon, the sun's shining. It's still super cold.
It's still super cold here, yeah. What else did you expect, though? Look at Mo. He's the greatest, isn't he?
Boreal looking for a huddle up, trying to come over a game plan or something, hoping to be able to spark themselves to get them back into this game, as their play has just been abysmal so far. And the team's going to set back up again.
Just to take a quick look here, you'll notice that Boreal's roster is a lot smaller than Mohawk's.
It is.
They play with a lot less players. I'm not saying that that would be the issue, but you play the same amount of games in a season as everybody else, and you're bound to get tired and hurt.
Big block by Mohawk. Number 13, Danielle Camps, goes up, and the ball comes down on the Boreal side. 9-1 for Mohawk now. Kelsey Kovar with the serve again. I believe she served the last few in a row.
Yeah.
Doing a fantastic job for Mohawk.
That was her 4th or 5th.
Boreal
right
sends the ball over. Kenzie Child keeping it alive. And the blast by Mohawk. Oh, Boreal struggling to keep the ball in, but they managed to keep it alive. The set and the blast, and that is a point for Mohawk as Jasmine Gagnon cannot handle the blast from Danielle Camps.
The offense from Camps and Kovar. I remember
just controlling this game.
I remember against Fanshawe, even though they took the loss, they were so strong up at the front of the net. You kept calling them a great brick wall.
They were quite the brick wall, and honestly, their serving and their blocking was our Mohawk strong suits. And a big block there, and Fanshawe visibly excited to try to get themselves back into this game as they have a big block against Mohawk, and now they get the serve. Number 5, Caroline Pellerin gets the serve. Mohawk with the set, and they just send it over. Nice and easy, bounces off 3 different players, and out. A lot of miscommunication on this team here today.
I would think that's the big standout, other than the fact that they even look like they're on 2 different skill levels. Honestly.
Almost.
They haven't talked. Mohawk, they're always talking. They're always, that one wins the net.
Botched serve there by Danielle Camps.
But they
haven't
have
seen too many of those today.
No, they have such great communication, and then that might be the biggest of all. Maybe even more than the communication, just the mistakes in general.
Boreal making lots of big errors that is really hurting their team. And a blast, and she keeps it alive. Oh, 2 diving efforts, but Boreal keeps the ball alive and sends it over the net. Mohawk with the set, and the absolute blast rate by just inside the line. That was by Jessie McIsaac. Haven't seen too much of her, but she is asserting herself now back into this game, as Mohawk is just dominating 12-3. Lindsay Vanderweide with the serve. And just a quick little bounce over the net directly in the middle of the Boreal team. It almost seems like they were confused as to what to do there.
It almost looks like they're giving up at this point, and that's such a sad thing to see.
It's such a sad thing to see. You never want to give up because, you know, the game's never over until it's actually over.
Yeah, and it's so hard when you're looking to score like 13-3 in the second set, where they've slowed down compared to even the first set. But they just need to get something going here and just get some momentum on their side. That's not the way to do it, though.
But they are just not having very good communication. They're going up for blocks. They're going up at different. They're not timing their blocks properly. That's probably why Mohawk's been able to pound it through. Because if I don't know if you noticed, when they go up for their blocks, both their players will go up at separate times.
No,
that
and you need to come up
completely
together.
takes away the point of putting up the wall.
Yeah, you need to come up together, come up as a unit, and stop that. Oh, that was a good try, but just couldn't get that one.
A good diving effort there, but just Mohawk just absolutely destroying Boreal here, 15-3. Yvonne Mann now comes in the game, taking out Lindsay Vanderweide. Now Yvonne Mann has the serve. And Boreal sends the ball over the net. And just another absolute blast from Mohawk here, is they're just absolutely controlling this game. As Kelsey Kovar just puts it directly through the Boreal defense once again. Now Yvonne Mann with the serve. And Caroline Pellerin could not handle the serve as she puts it right back into the net. Mohawk is now up 17-3. Yvonne Mann with the serve. Ooh, a big point for Boreal, and they are excited as they are trying to come back here as they put one right through Mohawk's defense. The wall has not had many holes, but I guess they finally managed to find one this time.
Nobody's perfect, Wes.
Nobody's perfect.
No.
Savannah Legui with the serve. The set. And, oh, a fake spike just to bloop the ball over net, but Boreal manages to keep it alive, and oh.
And they grabbed the point on that.
An error by Mohawk gives Boreal 2 points in a row. Are they going to come back here? It is now 17-5. Served by Boreal. Dig, set, and blast all right into the net by Jessica Heidbert. Not too many errors on her part today. But slowly, Boreal is slowly getting more and more hope of them being able to come back in this game. As Savannah Legui serves again. Set and spike. Oh, just a miscommunicate. Oh, and Boreal is just not able to get enough into it to get the ball over the net as they had a little bit of miscommunication and two players both went for the same ball but ended up knocking it farther away from the net. Now Mohawk has the serve, Jesse McIsaac. And she puts it directly over the entire team. And that is another point for Boreal as they are slowly trying to make a comeback here. Marissa Ducharme with the serve. Dig, set, and spike by Mohawk directly through the team as they are just seem like they don't have their positioning set very well today. They just seem like they're not playing very well as a unit. Now Mohawk gets the serve, number 8. Emily Saunders is coming into the game. Boreal sends it over them, Mohawk keeps it alive. Oh, Boreal with a big point. 2 rallies and a big point for Boreal as they are visibly and audibly excited after they just blasted one directly through the Mohawk team. And that will definitely give them some confidence that they desperately need to try to come back in this game here. Number 12, Josie Portalance comes out. Ooh, and she puts a little heat behind that and sends it over the Mohawk net, but Mohawk sends a spike. What a diving play to keep the ball alive by the Boreal player. Wow. But Mohawk continues the onslaught as they set it back up and just power it through them again.
What a good dig there by Portalance. Wow. That was
intense. That was absolutely intense. But now number 15 for Mohawk, Amanda Kuiper has the serve. Looking to end this. Oh, and just a one-handed. I don't really know what to call that. It looked like to be a one-handed set, but it just did not go well. So that's an easy point for Mohawk right there. Amanda Kuiper with the serve. And it is out. It's another point for Boreal that they'll pick up. Boreal trying desperately to stay in this game. Dig set in, attack by Mohawk, and it is in. Now 22-9. Kelsey Kovar now with the serve from Mohawk. Boreal with the set. And they spike it directly into the net, and that is another point for Mohawk as Savannah Legui puts the ball directly in the net. That is a timeout by the Mohawk team. Trying to give his team a little break here just to keep them steady and make sure they don't let it go to their heads too much.
That was Boreal who took that timeout, actually.
Boreal took that timeout, my mistake.
Mohawk would just be coming right onto him. Boreal probably basically just looking to cool down that server a little bit, but that's... I can't see... this is about the same as the last
Boreal
set.
has just been unable to stop Kelsey Kovar as her services have just been detrimental for Mohawk, just absolutely stomping on Boreal. As they're 23-9 right now after a 25-9 win the first set.
Yes, Kelsey Kovar showing signs of Rookie of the Year kind of talent today.
Could be.
I'm not gonna. I hate to just go out and say that, but she's earned it. She's earned someone to say that about her. As a first year, she's just been
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. The fact that she's got years left here at Mohawk is something pretty special.
Kaskovar with the serve. Boreal keeps the ball alive, sets it up. Are they going to send it over? They put it over the net. Kinsey Child with the dig, the set, and the spike. Boreal keeps the ball alive still, and a punch to get the ball over the net. Mohawk sets, and a blast. Oh, and a huge block by Boreal.
Yes, but sends it right back out, actually, so it's going to be Mohawk's point on that
So
one.
it was still Mohawk's point, but I guess that's a way for them to kind of start. They need big blocks like that to get themselves back in this game. But Kelsey Kovar with the serve again.
Yeah, looking for the third here just to end it.
And she sends it over the team, and that is out. Boreal, more points than they got last set, so they're looking to continue to build.
Well, they're going to need quite a few more than that if they're looking to take a set or two here today.
Caroline Pellerin now with the set. Oh, and just a mishandle by Kinsey Child gives Boreal another point as they're trying to surge back into this game here.
See how long they can duel with the devil here as they're sitting at 24-11 now.
Caroline Pellerin with the serve again.
Strong serve.
Kinsey Child with the dig, but cannot get the ball as Boreal gets another point again. They are slowly coming back here. Caroline Pellerin with the serve again. And they spike it directly into the net as Boreal gets another point. Mohawk is starting to make some errors here. This could be Boreal's chance. Caroline Pellerin with the serve again. Into the net, and that's
it for the set.
That is the set, I believe. Yep.
They needed you were hoping for a comeback there or something, but
I was hoping for a little bit of a comeback to make the game
10
there,
points.
but they needed 10 points, so that was just a rough go here for the Boreal squad.
Yeah, Mohawk takes a deciding 2-0 advantage right now,
And it's not like these games are close. They're just Mohawk's beating them by 10+ points every set.
and you're going to take a look here now at some of those plays that made it such a big game. Like, look at that
there. Just a laser beam directly into the middle of the court. Can't have anything done.
The power difference is outstanding. You see,
And big blocks. They go up and they come down hard with that block right there.
their blocks haven't had to be sensational, though, just for the fact is Boreal isn't setting up. You can see them not really setting up compared to where Mohawk is. Everything is a planned attack.
You can see with that when they go up to block, they're not together and they don't form a crisp wall. That's the problem, and that's why Mohawk's been able to send so many balls through their blocks.
Another beautiful setup here, right in the corner.
And that just further proves why Mohawk is ahead right now, is their play has just been significantly better and capitalizing on their mistakes. Although Boreal was making a small comeback, so we'll see if they can continue to build that with the third set, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, they're just going to have to hope to bring that little bit of momentum they had at the end of that set into this third set, because if they don't start this and sets off strong, they're going to be looking at exactly what they looked like last time. 25-9 in the first set, 25-13 in the second set.
No, they're going to have to
We're almost ready to get underway at the third set here.
They're going to have to come out quite strong for the third set to be able to assert themselves back into this game, because they're looking, it looks like they're almost out of it, but they're not. They could still find some way to come back. They just have to tighten up offense. They need to tighten up defensively and tighten up those holes when they put up the wall. And they might be able to claw their way back into this game.
If
So we'll have to wait and see.
If Mohawk was to win this game today, which is it's looking very likely at the moment, they would move to 6-4 on the season, and they're tied with Sheridan right now. So if they can win this game today, they'll be able to pass Sheridan. That's going to be huge for them, especially with if they get this next set and sweep them.
Mohawk team just sitting around game planning. Jessica Heidbert is first overall for block errors and 27 total blocks and 124 overall points this season. What a beast.
Yeah, she's been sensational. That's why she's 9th in the league, not on the team, in the league.
Entire league. Gunning for that #1 spot.
She was OC8 Player of the Week last week, so it was or the last time they played. So it was. She's been getting better, and she just keeps climbing that ranks. Hasn't been huge today. Hasn't had a huge workload though, as Kelsey Kovar has been the one to watch.
Kelsey Kovar has been doing a lot of work from the serving line today.
Yeah, and that's why we have Danielle Camps. She sits 15th in the OCAA rankings, and Kelsey Kovar, like I said earlier, at 36. So Mohawk's got these players who are potential star players, especially Heidberg. And Kelsey is obviously starting to turn into a potential star player.
Potentially.
Yes.
But
for years
set 3, looking to start up here. Boreal with the serve. And what an effort by Mohawk to keep the ball alive. And a set and just a flopped set and a flop spike, as the set did not even go over the net. And the ball was put directly into it. And that is an easy point for Mohawk, and not the way Boreal wants to start off this game.
Not the first time that Boreal's had a set like that either. They need to watch that, because if you can't even get the ball up, you're not giving your attacker any a chance to do anything.
Mohawk goes back to Kovar for the serve, and you can see why, as she just powers it directly at the Boreal player, and it just cannot be handled. Kelsey Kovar goes back with the serve again. Been absolutely dominating the court today. What a bobble there by Boreal and Mohawk.
Yeah, it was kind of.
But the ball is still alive, and they send it out of bounds.
Kind of a weird play there.
It was quite a weird play. It was a bobble on both parts, but the ball stayed alive, and that is the point for Mohawk, as they are up 3-0 now. Boreal really needs to get some points here and come back strong. But it might be hard to do with Kelsey Kovar continuing to serve the way she has. And that is a flopped spike, if that's what you would like to call it, by Boreal.
Yeah, an attacking error there. She just sends that right into the net.
Boreal just having a rough go today. Let's see if they can step back into this game. It's Kelsey Kovar serves again. Oh, just a nice little tip over the net. What a point there by Taylor Kelly. And Mohawk sets up with the serve.
Kelsey Kovar still serving here.
I don't think she stopped.
No, she's been there ever since.
Kinsey Child with the dig. The set by Yvonne Mann. And they just bounced it over the net as they could not get the serve. Oh, a small tip, though, by Boreal, and a little bobble manages to get the ball, and they get the point. So they now have the first point of the set. Let's see if they can build off of it. Caroline Pellerin serving for Boreal. Oh, and the ball goes over the net. But that is a point for Boreal, as they put too much power into it, and Taylor Kelly sends it out of bounds. Caroline Pellerin serving again for Boreal. Kinsey Child with the dig, the set, and they just send it over the net nice and easy. Oh, big block, but two big blocks in a row by Boreal, giving them their second point. They are audibly excited after those two huge blocks.
And that pulls them within 2 here, which I think might be the closest that they've come with this many points handed out.
Boreal with the serve. And just a little error there by Mohawk. 5-4. Boreal is really coming back here. Let's see if they can continue to build on this.
Almost
as Mohawk's
like a
just been
different
dominating them.
But I'm gonna say this is more Mohawk so far. This set, they've more been giving these points. They haven't been playing as strong as they were the first two.
No, they've had some errors. I believe they have made some substitutions for some other players in between the last set. But that is a nice, good. Oh, that is a point for Boreal. My mistake. So it is 5-5 as the Mohawk player puts it out of bounds. Jordan Geertz. They're just going to put it over the net nice and easy. Boreal with the set and the blast, but it is out of bounds. That is a point for Mohawk, and they take the lead 6-5 now. Jessica Heidberg, the star player of Mohawk, going back into the game as they want to make sure that they don't get carried away here and blow this lead that they have. Jordan Geertz with the serve. Boreal manages to handle it this time and keeps the ball alive. The set and the spike. Oh, and Mohawk manages to put it into the net as Boreal sent up their rickety broken wall once again. And I'm sure Mohawk would have put it right through, but they got lucky and hit the net as they're 6-6. Boreal taking advantage of Mohawk's errors. And a blast, there you go. That's what you see from Mohawk. A blast directly through the Boreal defense again. Second time's the charm, hit the net the first time, but sent it directly through the second time. Now Taylor Kelly with the serve for Mohawk. The set. And the blast, and Boreal keeping the ball alive here. A back and forth rally, but Mohawk sends up the wall and comes down with a huge block as they are now up 8-6 against Boreal. Taylor Kelly with the serve. And what a perfectly placed serve directly in between two of the Boreal players as Mohawk picks up that point. Mohawk's serving has been on point this game. Taylor Kelly with the serve again. Boreal with the dig, set. And oh, what a direct to the ground spike.
Yeah, Kelsey Kovar went for that one, but had no luck because it was a difficult one.
No. Almost looked to be a push, but it was just enough. So now it is 10-6 for Mohawk. Boreal still trying to come back here. Playing immensely better than they did the first two sets, though. And what a dart to keep the... Oh, nope, that does not count as the ball went over behind the net on the other team's side. So that's another point for Mohawk.
It's funny here, now that we're on the third set, you'll notice that the two head coaches aren't standing courtside with their players as they were in the first two.
Set. Oh, and the tip back over the net by Mohawk as Boreal went for the set, but set it up a little too much, and Mohawk was able to tip in. That is a timeout by Boreal as they still have this one in grasp as they are only down 6 points, and they're trying to build up something here. Team is taking their timeout and enjoying their little break now. Mohawk seeming to be in good spirits, looking to try to keep from getting too headstrong here, as Boreal was able to make a comeback, and they really don't want to blow this lead. Fist bumps all around. And then we see Boreal's coach really trying to get their team together, but Boreal Vipers, their big thing is they have a lot of first-year students, as I count 9 separate first-year students on the Boreal Vipers team, and that has to be a big factor.
Well, you don't want to think that it's a bad thing, but they might be in a little bit of a rebuild stage at this point.
You can't think it's you can't say it's necessarily a bad thing, but you have to look at the way the game's gone so far, and you have to think that the experience that the Mohawk players have.
The veteran presence doesn't seem to be there at all. That's why the communication is down for Boreal.
Yeah,
that means that's why they aren't doing things as
exactly.
a unit.
Mohawk has a lot of veteran players that have played for a while and have played together, and they have very good chemistry, so they play very well as a team, and that's just been Boreal's problem this whole time, is they're just not playing very well as a team in general. They very much stepped it up for this set, so let's see how it'll go, as it's 12-6 for Mohawk, and Taylor Kelly goes with the serve. Boreal sends it over. Mohawk set. And a nice easy send. And Boreal cannot handle it as two players miscommunication once again, and they both go for it, and they both bobble it.
Heidberg just adding on to her season totals here for points.
Taking names.
Oh, 100%.
Taylor Kelly with the serve. Boreal punches it into the media stand. We almost got taken out here.
Yeah, we're lucky it's not on our side, but our trusty game announcer, in-game announcer over there, he almost got smacked.
Taylor Kelly with the serve once again. She's done 5 or 6 in a row so far, I believe. And but sends, as I say, I must have jinxed her. She sends it out of bounds. And that is a point for Boreal. As Mohawk is up 14-7. And Boreal is looking to come back here. Savannah Legui with the serve. Kinsey Child with the dig, the set, and the absolute blast by Jessica Heidbert, further proving why she is number 9 and going to still rise up the ranks. Jesse McIsaac with the serve from Mohawk that time, and just more miscommunication from Boreal as they're caught ball watching again, and 3 players to stand and watch the ball hit the ground. This is another point for Mohawk as they're up 16-7 now in the 3rd set, just running away with this game here. Jesse McIsaac with the serve.
Yeah, a little bit different than that 6-5 game we had.
What an absolute blast that the Boreal team was just not able to handle by Yvonne Mann. Wow.
Haven't heard a lot from Yvonne today. Did last game that we were here.
Was a very big factor in the last game that Mohawk played. Hasn't been seen too much, but had an absolute cannon there and some big blocks. And that's another point for Mohawk as Jesse McIsaac serves, and Boreal cannot handle it as they are now up 18-7, and Mohawk seems to be running away with this game. Boreal manages to barely send the ball over the net. Mohawk sets up, and just a nice little tip, and Boreal is unable to get it.
A 13-2 run here, as this has been, I don't even know what to call it. When you go from 6-5 to 19-7.
They were like tied at one point to
5-5.
Yes,
yes, that is true.
But you could not see it. But by the way, Mohawks really stepped up their play to make sure that they didn't lose grasp of this game, and Boreal just has not been able to do anything about it. Another timeout by Boreal. Coach Boreal must be just trying to keep her team in it and keep their spirits not completely down.
Yeah, Corinne Irvin, the first-year coach, along with a lot of first-year players, trying to build maybe some just some of that like first start off like relationships with the players.
Trying to start. They seem like they're just a new squad as a whole for the most part.
Yeah, and they've really taken these first few games of the season. Well, more than a few. We got 12 games after this one.
They've had a rough couple games, but they're really going to be looking to step it up for the last couple games, for the last 5-6 games of the season. Timeout ends. The team goes back out onto the field.
Looks like Mohawk's going to be making a change here. Number 4, Cassandra Filka is going to be coming on.
Number 12, Justin McIsaac serving for Mohawk.
And that means Yvonne Mann will be coming off.
Served by Justin McIsaac. Drops it directly in the middle of the Boreal team, and it just seems like they have given up here, as they've been caught ball watching multiple times at the end of the set here. Justin McIsaac goes with the serve again. And another bobble by Boreal, as Mohawk is running away with this game 22-7. Mohawk setting up Jesse McIsaac with the serve again. And the ball goes up, and Mohawk manages to get it over after almost a bobble there that sent the ball way into the back. But Kinsey Child managed to keep it alive for Mohawk with a set. And a just nice tip. Oh, what a play by Boreal to keep the ball over the net. That was Brianne Chouinard that did that. And that is a point for Boreal there. Big point to try to get themselves back in this game. Marissa Ducharme here with the serve. Kinsey Child with the dig, the set. And that blast by Jessica Heidbert. Continuing to pad her stats here in this game.
Yeah, she's got to be well over 130 points now for the season, and she's just... Whoa.
Well over, as now she goes in for the serve. a nice, almost could have been a push there, but a nice smack over the net by Cassandra Filka. It is now 24-8 for Mohawk. Mohawk is looking to get their final point to finish this game out here.
Cassandra got excited after that one too. She's not usually known for her offensive play, so that one was a nice little extra.
And I believe that is the end of the game now.
Yes, that would
Mohawk takes the game 3-0. The game ended just as it started with an abysmal team effort by Boreal, and they really just needed to work on their teamwork because there was just a lot of miscommunication and errors on their part as Mohawk dropped the ball directly in the middle of their team 10+ times this game.
I would 110% agree with that. You look at the first set, 25-9. They never really felt like they were in it, and then they kind of just carried that over into the next sets. They had one glimmer of hope where they had a nice little 5-point run there in the second set, which ended that one 25-13. But third set, right back to where we started.
The third set, they gave us some hope though because they were playing strong and it was tied at the beginning, but then Mohawk just ran away with this game.
Taking a look at the replays now is from all these sets. We had a great game, but you're just gonna see. You're going to see a lot of errors from Boreal here. It's just
absolute blast upon blast of Mohawk.
Yeah, the power was.
Oh, that's Boreal that's from Boreal picking up their early points. Mohawk with a big block.
Another bobble.
Showing the miscommunication of Boreal there as they just aren't talking and both going for the same ball at the same time. It's another bobble by Boreal.
And Mohawk hugging it out there. They're excited after a big sweep and a
celebrating
big win.
a big win for Mohawk to put them. They're now 6-4 on the season.
Yeah, and they're looking up. They want to continue to grow as they've been doing a lot better. They dropped a couple early ones. I was talking to their assistant coach before the game. They dropped a couple early ones in the beginning of the season. They didn't feel like they should have. They've been spectacular these last few games.
Been absolutely dominating.
Yeah, lost to Fanshawe last time out.
Played a strong game though, but Fanshawe in themselves was a very strong team.
Okay, well, we thank you very much for tuning in today. You'd not want to go anywhere though, because we're gonna have the Mohawk boys coming right up just in a bit. But that's all for girls varsity volleyball on Mohawk College TV.